It was a chaotic scene along 12th Street.
The offender produced a firearm. One of our officers was struck by the suspect's shot.
Authorities caught up to Albadani near the Beersford exit.
Shots were exchanged. Suspect was struck. None of our troopers were hurt during this incident.
Claire Woods and Grace Peterson have watched Jackalenga Wenentanda's career.
It's really cool watching her succeed at Texas because it's just someone that we got an opportunity to play with.
These 140 spaces will be restricted to shorter vehicles.
You'll need to leave at least 10 feet between the back of your car and the yellow center line.
For downtown, for places that could potentially see some congestion, I think it's a good idea.
3 people with ties to the restaurants are accused of convincing undocumented workers to come to the United States. Court documents say employees were paid with cash. The conspirators threatened to call immigration authorities if the employees did not work hard or do what they were told.
Toy inventory comes from China. Trump tariffs don't worry her at this point.
I have one vendor, they weren't going to increase their prices on toys.
Local support won't change.
I feel very blessed in this community where people do care and do support each other.
Sioux Falls will host its annual Big Sioux River cleanup on Saturday.
Everybody maybe takes for granted when you turn your tap on, that you're getting clean water, but there's a lot of effort that goes into it.
The Returning Education to Our States Act. The bill would dissolve the Department of Education in Washington.
To actually bring education decisions back into the state and local units of government without reducing the funding.
Federal funding is vital for many farmers and rural communities.
It's scary as a business owner, right, to have set plans in place of how I'm going to grow and then have that kind of all come to a stop.
We had bad storms before, but I think this one was probably the worst.
While some suffered broken bones, scrapes, and scratches, thankfully no casualties have been reported.
Last November, classmate and friend Brady Southwick died after years of battling a soft tissue cancer.
Just fitting that his bench would be out here, a place that Brady loved.
We just wanted something for his friends to remember him by.
It's like he comes down to his bench and then when I come out, he comes with me.
Students donated wooden American flags that they built in class to a veteran.
Just giving it to them as a token of our gratitude.
The veterans have a home, and so do their wooden flags.
To feel like they actually care, they want to do something for their community or give back to just a few of us vets, it hits pretty hard.
We saw them take a van into the building and apparently took some people away.
The arrest came just 3 days after rally-goers lined the streets of Madison to protest Kristi Noem.
One group is assisting those experiencing homelessness.
Foot to pavement, to be out there and really be seen in the community.
A lot of what we do is just keep showing up.
For Ike, the experience is a long time coming. His very first time visiting Washington, D.C.
I wish I'd have come sooner. When I was a little younger, I could have got around lots better.
Jack Lee's authorized the South Dakota DCI to help federal authorities enforce federal immigration laws.
It has been a breath of fresh air.
The victim's mother reported Kip Stearns had been raping her daughter. It had been happening for 8 years.
The suspect was back at the home.
SWAT was called in. Stearns was finally taken into custody.
Today was a mass of celebration and prayer for Pope Leo XIV.
Get the people together to pray for him because it's a big job.
Like many farms across the nation, they have seen a decrease in their colonies.
The tendency is to maybe go get some weed killer. If you can avoid doing that, it's really helpful for the bees.
Bees are doing a lot of incidental pollination.
And all of that work will eventually lead to local honey.
We're finding ants in the driveway, on the sidewalk, in the lawn.
Some more localized areas where ants had a really good year.
They're actually good for the soil. They kind of aerate the soil. They can damage a lawn if you get too many.
One of the defense witnesses who was subpoenaed to testify was arrested by ICE.
The public defender's office voiced concerns this arrest will have a negative impact on the future witness cooperation.
She designed a billboard with the message, "Buckle up and drive safe."
There's a lot of work going around Sioux Falls and across the state.
We don't want to hurt anything or any people.
Think about it, and everybody does it, it works, but I think we still need some training.
We attempted the maneuver ourselves.
You can see the traffic is really backed up.
Tony Venhuysen's letter says extra time is needed to come up with a proposal with enough detail.
Whatever the legislature needs to get that done, I think it makes sense.
I didn't want any more harm to be done to victims like what was done to me.
Tamby White says she's had to rebuild her life because of the trauma caused by Roy Conrad's actions.
Today, I choose to speak with my name, my voice, and my truth.
South Dakota Senate Minority Leader Liz Larson says she never imagined political divisions would lead to an incident like Saturday's.
Boy, it was really shocking, honestly speaking, very horrifying.
Due to recent anti-LGBTQ+ laws, the Phalens are choosing to live their lives outside of South Dakota.
For all that our local legislators talk about local control, as soon as that got passed, state government said, no, local control doesn't apply to this.
Second option would be to make an immediate retaliatory strike against maybe U.S. bases in the region.
That's precisely what happened.
The Supervised Playground Program has been in Sioux Falls for over 80 years.
New this year, the Mobile Recreation Unit.
So it's a great way for us to be able to bring a lot of additional activities out to these neighborhood parks that kids otherwise would not be able to play with.